Yo, bro, every fucking time I update my computer, unbelievable, dude. Unbelievable. Every time I update my computer, do you know how much talking I just did? I just explained everything that I was gonna do today. I explained fucking oh my God. All right. We're gonna cut it out. What do I do here? Um, how do I checkpoint? I don't have to edit it out in case people come back and watch the VOD. I'll just put a big I don't fucking know. Basically, my guildmate wanted me to look at his POB. A lot of people want me to make a guide, but I just don't have time. A lot of family wants to hang out with me this week. Today is my fourth year of being sober, so a lot of people are very excited for me and they want to spend all weekend with me, so I don't have time to make a build guide. But what I will say for anyone who's starting at the build, coming to the VOD, looking for help or whatever, is pick up Melding in the Flesh is one of the first things you do. It's going to counteract the majority of the dangerous mods in Tier 17. You can do it without Mage Blood. I was running Melding in the Flesh without Mage Blood. All you need to do is run the Max Fire Res and or Max Cold Res Shield, the unique Aegis Aurora, or um, the Phoenix one. I can't remember whatever the hell I was running early on. Then take Purity of Fire and then take a Fire Flask with increased effect on the implicit. And you don't need a Mage Blood. You can get Max All Res, like 89 or 90 without Mage Blood. And that combats most of your Tier 17 mods. Then aside from that, you need a Melding in the Flesh that has reduced extra damage taken from crit with this here. And if you're still dying to crit, you can go in and take the extra 20 here for 110% crit. And that's pretty much going to allow you to run the fucking crazy jacked up 8 mod double risk whatever fucking video that Buckman just put out, and you can do it for like 20 or 30 divines. All right, that's the short and sweet of that. Now, with all that being said, um, today I am looking to from the bottle of the POE. Damn, your diction poorly. Yeah, dude. Well, listen, if I have to choose one, I'll take POE. All right. So what do I want to do today? Okay, so I played fucking Penance Brand Trickster and Titanic Exiles back at 3.25. It was one of my favorite builds that I've ever played, but the AoE was hard for me to solve. And so I looked at Fubgun's build, and it looks like he solved it by skirting around the tree, which makes me feel stupid because when I had tried to do it, I ran all the way up, and then I was like trying to run down and get to the AoE here, and it didn't work. And then I just saw that he fucking shot straight across, and now I feel like an idiot. It's such a simple solution, but now I really want to play the build again because it's like the best build ever. But he has a mercenary that's fucking Zealotry and Wrath, and I have not seen that the entire league. So I need to I came up with a strat that I'm hoping will work. We're gonna farm a bunch of 8 mod maps here, and then I'm going to try and combine running strong boxes together with Starfall Craters and Merc finding. Basically, I'm just gonna open the divination and Arcanist boxes while blitzing through, picking up the lost shipments as I go, and Merc hunting. That's really all I'm doing. Uh, so yeah, I explained all this in the beginning of the video. Now I did it in much greater detail. But apparently I was fucking muted, so whatever. I gotta get some maps. I certainly don't think it's going to be no 50 divine an hour strategy or anything like that. Although who knows? I could get lucky. Could find the Hanakora's dupe. Could find the Mir dupe. Oh boy, oh boy. I opened 10,000 boxes in Freshia and still never found it. To this day, I'm still waiting on my Mir dupe. But the purpose of it is we'll have the jackpot drop of Svalin. I'm hoping that the boxes themselves give me a I'm on the wrong tree. Fuck. I'm hoping that the boxes themselves actually end up paying pretty decently. The ambush scarabs are very, very cheap. And since I can clear the maps in probably around a minute or less, that should be quite a few Arcanists and Diviners per hour. And the hope is to find the mercenary that I want while making some pretty damn good money along the way. That's the hope. That's the dream. That's the plan. I just spent a mirror on a triple implicit power charge ring that I need to roll the implicits on for the next who knows how long, so that I can make a mirror tier Penance brand MF ring, since none exist on the market. But if you've never rolled synthesis implicits before, it can be quite costly. So even though I need this Merc, I also need money. If you want to rush a map, not sure that Strand is a good choice. Why do you think that? Because the key is I want to rush the map, but I also want um, to see all the boxes on the map. Mesa City Square. Strand is kind of long, but my build is sort of fast. Um, and I think it's just easy to, yeah, City Square might be better. I don't know. You could be right, but I don't think uh, I don't think it'll take me that long to get around Strand or to get through Strand. I don't think so, at least. It's got to be under a minute. I was testing some white maps yesterday, and I was clearing in about 40 seconds to a minute, depending on like what showed up in the map. But you could be right. Um, we'll have to see. Already farmed a couple of these. Where are we at? 8 mod. Make sure maps are checked. Yes, sir. I don't think it should take too many maps to fill a quad tab. My plan is to go through a whole quad tab. I don't know how rare the Svalin is, but I think it's pretty rare. And I also don't know how rare the mercenary is. Like I said, I haven't seen him yet, but it's by far the best mercenary you can get. Like Wrath and Zealotry on the strength and is absolutely insane. So yeah, City Square could be better. I don't know. The problem with City Square is all my movement is based on shield charge, and City Square's got a lot of shit in it that blocks me, gets in my way. So I don't know. Strand is just wide open. I can blast through, hit the boxes as I go. You can't really miss anything. You can't miss a Starfall crater. Nothing hides in like the weird little corners like City Square has. Mesa could be good too, but I feel kind of like the same, like because you got to run the outer circle, and then you got to come back and run the inner circle. And I feel like it's probably around the same time as Strand. So I don't know. We're farming some strands, and I'm just gonna stick with it, I think. But I do hear what you're saying. You could be right. I think the amulet is pretty worthless. I don't really necessarily care to do the fortress boss at this point. I got one yesterday. It was worth like 40 chaos. Not good. Not worth the time. I gotta fill a whole quad tab here, so try to burn through these maps. I don't think I'm gonna regex anything out except for cannot regen mana, so that I don't have shield charge issues. I think that's the plan. Everything else I'm just gonna run, so I don't want to spend all day farming 8 mod maps. And like every single modifier you take out deletes so many maps from your pool. Move T16s from my filter. Absolutely crazy times. Uh, Generally, I pull them off at some point in the league too. It actually might even be that point in this league because I went to go, uh, I went to go sell my tier 16 strands yesterday, and it was like horrible. They weren't worth anything. You had to sell them like 50 to 1 div. I hadn't looked at your build, dude. I went to look at your POB, and then like I was talking about it the whole time, and my mic was muted the whole time. But what I'll tell you right now, aside from getting melting of the flesh like we talked about, um, and oh, okay, yeah, you're missing two big things, buddy. Um, get melting of the flesh like we talked about. That'll keep your character alive a hell of a lot more. Get the crit reduction, which I think you said you already had it. Yeah, nice. Um, yeah, everything looks good. Also, try and pick up the energy shield jewel if you can as soon as possible. I pick it up really early because it's still cheap, but it might be expensive. But some of the things you can do for keeping your specters alive, for one, you need to take minions have plus 8% to all maximum resistance. This is like a massive, massive thing to keep your specters alive until you get more levels on your specters and they have more health. It's 50 div now. Yeah, I pick it up early as I can. It's usually like 5 to 10 early on. That sucks. I guess yeah, just get it when you can. I mean, if you can get yourself into the 8 mod maps, then you can farm 50 div in like a couple hours, and that's well worth the money. I would take this extra maximum endurance charge, assuming that you have a way to get endurance charges every 13 seconds. Yeah, that's rough. You can take this here to make it so your endurance charges um, are like 11 or 12 seconds, and then try and get this up a little higher. Uh, like roll a grand or something like that, and then take these 2 points. And then also, if your minions are still dying, you can roll into this here. And what do you sacrifice? I'm not really sure yet. Maybe your block. I think I took off my block initially. But yeah, for your minions, this one single node here will save you a lot. The all max res. And yeah, the minions leech, you also need that. You might even be able to take off this whole thing. The biggest reason I took this was because I thought I was going into Titanic Exiles, and you get a lot of bleeding in Titanic Exiles, and so your minions fall over to that a lot. But you might be able to come out of this whole wheel here to save some points, and then just try and put on max res. Um, yeah, and then yeah, I did end up taking the Chaos Reels, but the only when I took this, I think I was only doing tier 17s, and there was a lot of Chaos monsters. I don't generally take this, but this can save you if you're noticing a lot of chaos damage on the map, or if you're rolling fizzes extra chaos, this will save your minis as well. But it is hard to fit. You can always take out like a few points on your wheel. I don't think. Oh, you don't have an enlighten, I assume. Level 3. Yeah, you could probably get rid of this, I would think, with a level 3 enlighten. But the biggest thing for your own survivability is you got to get your max res up to 90. You just do that through Purity of Fire, Melting of the Flesh, and a Fire Flask, and then the Fire Shield. Or you can do Aegis Aurora too, but you just, go Sapphire Flask and Purity of Ice. Um, but you're going to get your ass kicked until you get your max res up way higher. Fizz is going to pretty much you're just going to get crushed by it until you get Mage Blood. It's kind of how it goes. 9k is fine, but um, yeah, definitely get the extra endurance charge though. And ideally, actually, it's not even really doing that much for you. Yeah, you don't need to worry about the extra endurance charge yet. You don't think you can get more Spectre levels? What level are they? Do you have the amulet? Yeah. +1/+1. With the amulet and +1/+1, your Spectres should be nearing a place where they're not really going to be dying too much more. Yeah, level 29. They're up there, dude. I think your biggest thing is just to give them max all res. And then give yourself also max all res. Those two things will probably unlock the 8 mod farm for you, I think. It'll still be spotty and a little bit rocky here and there, but at least you'll be able to get into it and start like printing currency, right? They died at Giga Abyss. Yeah, well, they don't have the max all res. So they're just getting crushed by elemental damage right now. You've been doing 8 mod for days? Oh, I thought you said you were struggling with it. I mean, it's like, to be honest, when I was doing the 8 mod without the Mage Blood and the double risk scarab, like I was able to do them, but they were still very challenging. Like it's just the build just gets 10 times better once you have Mage Blood. Um, but yeah, I mean, as long as you have access to that farm, it really doesn't take too long to pick up a Mage Blood. A few hours, maybe a little more than that. But don't gamble all your cards away like you always do, and save your pennies. You'll get there pretty quick. I think pre Mage Blood, the map rules that you can get are like definitely a lot more volatile. Like some of the map rule combos you get are just like GG, roll a new map kind of thing. Like if you get like a triple defensive set of modifiers or something, that's you're just not gonna have the damage most likely. If you get like triple offensive modifiers, you'll probably get a couple of hordes out of it, or a couple full abysses, and then you're gonna run out of portals. You know, you farm 2 full quads of 8 mods. We sold around 30 or so, 16.5 maps. Uh oh, but you're not farming them for abyss. Well, I just meant like being able to get into the abyss strat 8 mod, right? Like ideally, you want to build your character to where it gets there. This guy not dead yet? What the fuck? If I remember right, to fill like a whole quad tab of 8 mods, it's only like 10 maps or so. It's not that bad. They're only like 2 minutes a piece, 2 to 3 minutes a piece. So hopefully this won't take too long because I really want to see how this turns out. Hi, dumb question, but I couldn't really find an answer on this. But do wretched defiers need minions are aggressive? I tried testing it by socketing feeding frenzy, but didn't notice a difference. They don't necessarily need minions are aggressive, no. Um, some people like to, since we use the perfect spirit of fortune, some people like to link another specter gem with that perfect spirit of fortune, and then give the feeding frenzy to it, so that you can maintain all 6 damage links on your wretched defilers. Um, but all minions are aggressive does, if you play the build for long enough, what you're going to notice is occasionally they like to stop attacking. And it doesn't happen a lot, but it does happen. I don't even really want to say frequently, but like it happens a bit. We'll just say that. And it's really annoying when it happens because basically all of your defense is your minions leeching life for you. Since we don't have any regen, although you can build for regen, I don't though. You're relying on them attacking so that you don't die. So whenever they stop attacking for a bit, if it's in a bad situation, sometimes you can just die, and I find that really annoying. So for me, I put minions are aggressive on my wand, and that makes it so that they're constantly attacking and they never stop. But early on, if you're just getting into the build, it's kind of a luxury item. You don't really need it. I think, especially when your gear is still really light and you're working into it, I think buying a minion damage fracture is probably a lot more beneficial early on until you get the rest of your gear worked out. Holy shit, there's still so many to go. I don't know. I was planning on doing a full quad tab, but damn, I don't know if I want to. It's a lot of maps. Even at a minute a piece. What is hold on. What's the math on this? There's 24 slots in a quad tab. 576. Even though I could do them in a minute each. That's still 10 hours. Maybe I'll do half a quad tab. That's a lot. I don't know if I want to do this strat for 10 hours. I think I'll farm half a quad tab now, and then if it ends up paying really well, then and also I don't find the mercenary or this fallen, then I'll do more. But if it's like 10 to an hour, and I end up finding the mercenary, then I'll probably stop. How much was my timeless jewel? I paid 80 divines for it. Although I both got screwed and lucky at the same time. It initially came up for 2 divines, and I immediately messaged the guy because I had it on active search, and he rose it up to 50 divines. And I don't know if it's because other people messaged him or not, um, or if he just saw me instant ping him that he rose it. But then I messaged him again immediately at 50, and he didn't respond to me for like 15 minutes. And I was like, this fucking guy. And so I messaged him again, and I was like, dude, I'll give you 80. Just give me the damn jewel. But I would have paid a lot more for it. It's the only one that you can get that's a 3 passive. So the mercenary I'm looking for is strength intelligence. So we're going to exile everything else. Not that I'm necessarily looking for him right now, but might as well get a head start on it, right? Going for the Zealotry Wrath? Yeah, that's the plan. I didn't even know that thing existed, dude. But now that I do, I have to get it. But trying to make a bunch of currency while I do it. That's the plan, at least. And I think I developed a big brain strat that is going to work out pretty well. We'll see. It works in my head. Well, I don't know if it's going to work in reality, which is how these things tend to go. I think something's going to be awesome, and then it's not so awesome. But every once in a while, I strike gold. Just join. Not sure what maps you looked at, but Atoll is very good. Merc is usually really close to spawn. So I am Merc hunting. That is definitely the plan. But I'm also trying to make a lot of currency along the way. So I'm going to be running the whole map, no matter what map I do. My plan is to run Strongbox. It's to look for this Fallen, and it's also to look for the Mercenary, as well as the little lost shipments that come out. And I'm farming 8 mod maps so that when I open Arcanists and Diviners, they actually have the potential to drop me something valuable. And either pay for the strat and the maps entirely is the bare minimum that should happen, but ideally I'm hoping that while searching for this very rare mercenary that I can also make like 20, 30 divines an hour. It's kind of the hope. The hope and the dream. Fallen Rev. I think that's the name of the mercenary, yeah. You burned 100 maps. Okay, yeah. I mean, I haven't seen him the whole league. I didn't even know it existed. So, hopefully, if this ends up working out, I'll post a video about it if you're not able to stay for the whole stream, and I'll kind of iron everything out. I've gone it over a couple of times. My intentions were to put it all at the beginning of the VOD, which I did, and then I found out my mic was muted. So you'll have to go forward a little bit more, but uh, I'll show the tree again before I get started here. Right now, I'm just farming the 8 mod maps. Hopefully, shouldn't take too many tier 17s here. My plan was to fill a whole quad tab, but then I did the math on how long running 500 maps would be, and I don't know if I want to do that. Time for sleep. Good luck, exiles. All right, peace out, brother. I will look at your UB again tomorrow. Hop on Discord with you. I'm not looking forward to rerolling the implicits on this fucking ring, man. Rerolling synth implicits on a. It's such a tricky situation, right? Because I paid a mirror for the base, and so like I feel like I have to mirror craft it. You know what I mean? But in order to mirror craft it, you have to hit the implicits, and they can be like impossible to hit. But I'm really hoping I just get lucky and I don't know, I get out of it for like 200 divine or something. It's kind of high hopes, very unlikely. But I also really want to get into this Titanic Exile farm. I think it's going to be insane, but I won't know until I have a build that can Giga Blast it. I was trying it with the Spectre build and it went fine. I wasn't dying or losing Spectres, but um, it was just taking a little too long, like 4 or 5 minute maps, which when running Titanic Exiles is a little bit long. I want to see what we look like after I move cannot regen mana. Coming up on halfway here, and I think that's where I'm going to stop. Reset cannot regenerate life or mana. It's crazy how many maps you lose just from one single modifier, dude. Like, you ever try to do Titanic Exiles with a build where you gotta uh, take out like 5 or 6 modifiers? It just completely deletes your whole map pool. Shit. It didn't work out the way I wanted it to. And then farming 8 mod maps becomes a miserable experience. Dude, I love this build to death. The biggest problem I have with it is the fucking proximity shields. They're so frustrating because the wretched defilers do more damage. I think they have like a far shot mechanic built in, and so they naturally want to run away and then start shooting. And so you convoke them on top of the target, and then they run out of the proximity shield, and it's just like proximity shields are a nightmare for this build. I'd laugh if I found this guy while farming the maps to set up for him. Do you guys have any idea how many of these have opened? I keep telling myself that whenever I make money off one, I'm going to stop opening them. I think I've opened 100. I have not found shit. This might have been like this might be the most unlucky league I've ever played as far as like good drops. Maybe I was just spoiled the last few I played. I don't know. But I have had to earn every penny. I need a lot of currency too. I don't ever sell this build off. Like I always eventually transfer into something else that can scale a bit higher. But I never ever sell this build off because it's so nice to just have like a brainless no button build to play and farm with when you don't feel like sweating while clicking all the time. Which means that I'm gonna have to farm the Penance Brand build from the ground up, basically. I probably could have built the entire thing for the mirror, to be honest, and had it perform really well in Exiles, but I don't know. I just really want I want the rarity ring. It just means you're due. Yeah, I hope so, man. It can't be that hard to hit rarity as an implicit, right? I think if I hit it, I'll probably just stop. The rest of the ring won't be that expensive to craft, so I won't really feel bad if I end up having to recraft it later. It's really just the implicits that are expensive. But ideally, I want the ring to be mirrorable. Like that's the ideal, right? Situation, right? Like if I hit spell damage for power charge and then rarity, that would be fucking sick. Because then I could put it up for mirror service and pay for my whole build basically. Guess we'll see what happens. I think this will be the last map I run, and then I'm just gonna start sending it. See what the strat looks like. See if it's even worth the time. A lot of it's going to be dependent on if I find the Sabal. And if I find the Sabal, then it's 100% worth the time, right? But from what I've been seeing and reading, some people have gone like 1,000 maps without seeing it. And also, the way I'm setting the strategy up, I lose an ore node that most Fallen strategies have, just so that I can make the strong boxes a bit better. Or viable, I should say. Um, I just don't know. I don't know how the strong boxes are going to end up playing out. Whether I'm going to get enough Arcanus and Diviners for it to be worth it. But the Discernment Scarab's 5 Chaos. The Ambush Scarabs are 1.5 Chaos. They're fucking like dirt cheap. Strength Dex. Herald of Ice. It's got a lot of cool stuff. I can't click this and be okay, but it's got map dupe, so I think I'm gonna do it anyway. Hopefully I just don't get hit. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. It's only 10 strong boxes per map, right? So that's not a lot of opportunity for Arcanus and Diviners, but you're running at them at a minute apiece. So at the end of the day, it might fucking be as many strong Arcanus and Diviners as you would see in like a containment strategy. That's kind of like what I'm hoping, since I'm going to be blitzing them so fast. That's the dream. Sort of a jackpotty type of strat, I guess. All right, I think that's enough for now. So this ends up working. I'm not going to open it while I'm going because I'm just going to be trying to blitz, but this ends up being awesome, and you want to try to use it to find your own Merc. That's the tree I'm using. Um, this is questionable. It's going to cut me down by 6% on my Starfall craters. Don't know if worth or not worth, but I have heard these are kind of decent, so I'm going to keep it in. Um, and then my scarabs. I forgot what I was using. Ambush, discernment, and potency. That's right. Okay. I bought a shit ton of them last night. Ambush, potency, discernment, and then I'm going to roll settlers on the map device. That's the plan. Keep these over so they don't get mixed up. In case this goes well, and I want to use them again later. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12 times 24. I feel like I should know that, but I don't. 288 plus. Oh, wait, hold on. move, cannot regen. 286 maps. All right. Try and get through that and see where we land. And where are we at in the stream? 45 minutes in. All right. Well, settlers, and we'll see. See how it goes. What did I just put in? Not what I wanted to. Dexent goes away. Oh, I guess I gotta kill him. I was debating whether I wanted to stop for the shrines or not. I mean, with how fast I'm going, I'm certainly gonna see a divine shrine, right? I think the lost shipments are really obvious. So I shouldn't have to look too hard for those. I think they're on your map. They're really obvious. And then Starfall Crater is also really obvious. The Merc is also really obvious. So I should just be able to blitz pretty hard here. Everything should kind of stick straight out to me. I don't even think I'm gonna kill the boss unless it's time for the Eldritch boss. What the fuck is it called? You know what I'm saying? Every 24 maps or whatever. Other than that, I'm probably just gonna portal before the boss. I opened so many what do you call it? Strong boxes in Frecia, and the only ones that ever pay anything are Arcanus and Diviners. Obviously, everyone knows that. But the ornate ones do drop Valdos a lot. I just don't know if I don't know if worth. The fuck is that? Okay, well, I mean that's not gonna be worth anything, but I don't think I've ever seen that amulet, or maybe I'm just not remembering it. Just click on the Eldritch minion something on the altars. Well, I do want to check the altars, but a lot of times they appear behind you, and I feel like I think in the end it's just gonna slow me down too much. And even if I do find like the divine one, I'll best probably get like two or three divines out of the map, and like for how much it's gonna slow me down, I just don't know if it's worth it. Oh, we get the crater, nice. All right, I believe. Svalin number one. You know what I do want though? I want to. I don't need this much energy shield for this strategy, and I want to be able to pick this up in case I do find a lost shipment. Because I found one yesterday, doing a little bit of a test on this, and they're very annoying. Very annoying to click. All right, GG. Stress goaded. It's 80 div an hour, boys. Find a new mercenary. You can close the game now. You won. Hell yeah, dude, that's so insane. I've heard people fight looking fucking forever for this guy, bro. What the or for this shield? That's insane. Literally the first starfall I fucking went into this league. Wild. What was that again? Blacksmith. Blacksmith. Yeah, here are my shipments. Uh, okay, that was trash. Did I miss a mercenary? Oh no, he's right here. Dex, gotta go. Kind of hard to read these as I'm zooming by him, to be honest. I'm not lucky this league. Yeah, that was my bait for the game, dude. Please give me something. Well, I guess it gave me something. That's artisans. I'm dropping a lot of scares behind me, but I don't think I'm strength decks, 4 chaos orbs. I don't think I want to backtrack too much. A lot of maps to go through, and ultimately I'm relying on other things to give me currency more than just a couple shitty scares behind me, especially with them all selling at 50% value now. All we need is the apothecary dupe, and then this is the best strategy ever. You start to feel not lucky this league? Was it not? Is it not going well for you? Because you rolled a bow character, dude. So far, I'm not really feeling the love from these Arcanus and Diviners. Strength int. What the fuck is that? That's the one we want. Leave him unbanned. I should have pretty much all banned but him now at this point. I'll pop this Ornate too. See if we get the Valdos. No love. I mean, luckily it doesn't really matter what the boxes drop me, right? It was 4.5 chaos plus 5. Like I already paid for all my scarabs just there, I think, that I've used so far. And eventually it'll actually pay me, hopefully. Something a little bit better than a couple of fortunates. Another Starfall Crater. That's hot. It's fall number 2. Let's go. It's more combination between my toaster being do you mean violated by GGG? I can't be on Delirium at the same time. Oh yeah. Have you tried have you tried I assume you use the Vulcan, right? I know until I switched to Vulcan there was like a Blight especially was really tough. What's going on here? Oh, I thought he was gonna bug out. I was gonna be so sad. No Abyss? No, not right now, dude. I'm Merc hunting for my Penance brand build, and I'm trying to find like a Gigasick Merc hunting strategy, which so far is 88 divine an hour. We'll see how it turns out by the end. I leave the league if you get a second shield. Oh no. I'm gonna be honest, dude. I'm kind of still rooting for the second shield. I'm sorry, brother. I would be so happy. But I would be sad to see you go. Oh, you already dropped it. All right. Looks like you're stuck, brother. I was waiting for like a sound cue. Strength Dex Int. This can't be what I'm looking for, right? It has to be Strength Int only, right? I do believe. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't set up a fucking quad tab for. Oh shit. Um, I guess I can use the 8 mod one. Hopefully, I don't get more loot than or get more loot than I run out of maps. Fragment, currency, divination card, uniques, sure. Okay, and we'll put this up top, I think. There we go. Finally, something a little bit. Shit. I believe in the strong boxes, dude. They're not going to let me down the whole time. They can't. Though they're really not dropping that many cards. Why aren't they dropping that many cards? Am I running potency? I need to double check my scarabs. Feels feels very light for 212% increased quantity. That also seems really light. Yeah, I need to double check everything. I should be close and pushing closer to. Oh, maybe not. Maybe this should be around 200. I'm missing any explicit effect. I think I got everything. Could grab more quantity. I don't really think I'm ever gonna get a scarab, to be honest. That I Not commonly enough. I'd rather boxes drop me more, I think. Better boxes. Fuck scarabs. Am I missing anything else? Explicit. I think I got it all. Potency, ambush, ambush, ambush. Yeah, okay. Strong boxes just feel really light. And I feel like I should have more quantity than that, but that's alright. Is what it is. More of just a additional jackpot that I can get. That I'm hoping by the end will end up being consistent currency. We'll have to see. Definitely take the quantity. Dude, how many times you gotta ban these people? Thought I banned all the ones I didn't want. You leave the league and you never PoE ever? Is that what you would have done if I got the Swollen? Damn, dude. It's crazy. I might have just given you the Swollen to make you feel better. Artisans always looks like Arcanus when you're blitzing by. I'm kind of surprised I got two Starfall creators already. They can't be that common, right? I think I've gotten pretty lucky with that. Strengthened. Not the one I want. I'm kind of hoping this will level me up a little bit too, because it is a lot of mobs to kill, and my risk of death is basically zero. Dropping a good bit of currency. Strike again. What the fuck? I feel like I've banned every type 4 times now, and they just keep popping up. It can't be the War Priest, I'm pretty certain, but I'll still take a look at if I'm running this many, maybe I'll get lucky with a unique or their currency pouch. Pretty sure you can only exile them for 3 turns. I don't think that's true. I definitely know I've seen some that go for like 9+ turns, but I don't think I knew that they went as low as 3. Maybe yeah, maybe I've just been getting bad exiles. You know what I want to know? Is how reflecting mists are so cheap when it's like literally the fucking it's more rare than a mirror, dude. I think I found like one ever. Definitely not wasting our time there. 2 Arcanists. Oh shit. And they both open again? Damn. I'm losing my mouse. I can't see it. Oh, there it is. Read the warning that pops up when you exile? Okay, I'll try and pay attention next time. I read your message like literally the second after I clicked it on him. I'm definitely gonna want to see a little bit more out of these lost shipments because I don't want to eat the potential for a Starfall crater if they don't pay. All right, Dex, Int, nothing good. Exile. You've reached a maximum exiled mercenary types. Will replace Int. Oh. Well, that's fucking lame. Okay. Well, I didn't know that was a thing. High new build Merc. Yeah, I'm gonna do Penance Brand. I picked up a mirroring craft that I'm gonna try some Titanic Exiles with. After I finish, I'm gonna swap over. Well, that's pretty lame that yeah, that's gonna make this guy way harder to farm. I I mean, I guess all the better that I have a strategy that hopefully pays money, but so far these strong boxes are looking a little whack. With Blight or Pure Titanic, I think it's going to be Pure Titanic. Um, but I think it will be profitable. However, I don't think it'll beat um, Abyss until I have a build that can clear it in only a couple of minutes. And this one's taking like anywhere from 3 to 5 per map, which is a bit long. And Trickster Penance Brand is just like one of the best builds I've ever played. Um, but the problem with it was AoE. But I looked at Fubgun's POV and he solved the AoE. So now I want to play it again. I did try some Titanic Blight too, though. It seemed okay. It didn't seem like it was the most insane thing ever, though. So I didn't do it too much. Although Penance Brand Trickster is also the best in slot build for Titanic Blight. But I saw everything's video today, and his results were about what I thought it was going to be. Although I don't think he used the Whisk Scare. Actually, I don't remember what he used, to be honest. I didn't watch it that closely. Um, but I think you want to incorporate the Whisk Scarab. If he didn't, I'm not sure if he did or not. The All Flame of Meat Sacks is calling you. I did it quite a bit. But the thing is, it's like it's really good for scarabs, right? Or wait, is Meat Sacks? Meat Sacks is the one where they explode in scarabs, right? Abyss Risk Penance again. I wouldn't run. I wouldn't run Penance Brand in Abyss. Are these this is the final boss, so I think this better. This build is better at Abyss than Penance Brand, just for the just because you can loot while everything's dying, and it's a lot less clicking and a lot less annoying, and it can clear at the exact same speed. So I personally would rather play this. Minus, it's too low. No, you mean the Abyss Scarab, the Risk Scarab, and Fubgun's Curse Him, Penance Brand. You think Penance Brand will get nerfed? Oh, you think it's all gonna get nerfed? Not this league, it won't. Maybe next league. I can almost guarantee it won't get nerfed this league. I think they'll probably just nerf the Risk Scare back to what it was if they nerf anything, I would guess, because it was in a pretty balanced state, and then the Risk Scarab just like sent it over the top for insanity. Which I mean is pretty obvious that was going to be the best scarab of the league. That's why I bought 1,000 of them like day fucking 2 or 3. Like two additional modifiers in a tier 17 is insane for one scarab. The value there is just crazy. Everything Fub touches will be nerfed. Yeah, yeah. I skipped through the video he just put out too. It looks like he improved what I put out by quite a bit. Which somebody in chat was talking to me about that version of it, and I just never did it. I kind of didn't believe that you'd be able to sustain your 8 mod maps, if I'm being honest. But everyone is saying that you can, and from what I understand, when they drop corrupted, they drop with only tier 17 modifiers, which is kind of insane. Because those are all the modifiers you want for big currency, big scarab. Yeah, so I farmed 8 mod maps with, your standard 8 mod map tree in tier 17s, and then this is the tree I'm using now with 3 ambush, a potency, and a discernment. Damn, no love. I haven't seen any Starfall crates for a while. It must be super rare. I think I got crazy lucky in the beginning. I mean, I obviously got lucky with Fallen, getting fucking. I'm just gonna put this in here. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel like I'm not wasting my time. But yeah, I obviously got lucky with that, but I have a feeling the Starfall Crater itself is probably going to be pretty rare as well. Strengthen, hatred, 2 regrets. I'm getting a good amount of Diviners and Arcanus. Unfortunately, they're not dropping much. I really thought I was going to be closer to 300% quantity, but I guess not. There we go. Something. You know what I've noticed is all the boxes that have revive nearby monsters. I swear those are always the ones that roll the openable again. It's like a conspiracy I have. I swear at this point that if it has that mod on it, it's more likely to be openable again. Probably gonna need 2 quad tabs for this just because all the divination cards, I think. That's really messed up. I woke up this morning like an hour early before I had to go to work because my stomach hurt really bad and I had to go to the bathroom forever. And my girlfriend woke up. She had to pee really bad, but I was in there for too long, and so she had to go pee in the backyard. It's fucked up, huh? We live in like a suburban neighborhood with houses all around us. And it was freezing out at 5 a.m. What are the odds of these shipments actually paying well? I'm really considering taking them off. I feel like everyone I find could be a Starfall crater. Oh no, I don't want to exile that. What am I doing? I think I exiled him. Fuck. I think I need to turn out, what are they called? Alterations. I need to take those off my filter. It's probably time I could kill the boss, huh? Oh yeah, I could have done that a while ago. Screaming Invitation, that's what it's called. I couldn't think of the name of that earlier. So I gotta ban all these guys down to get my strength in back. I can't believe I exiled that guy. Are these worth anything yet? They're worth like 20 chaos a piece early on. Are they worth getting now? Oh, 0.4 divines? Yeah, those are worth picking up now. Oh, I saw it. Thank you. What the treat? Yeah, no problem, dude. Strength. It'd be funny you find a Merc for 3 hours but not found one. Instead, you drop three Smallens. It would be kind of funny, except I really want the Mercenary, to be honest. Like, I think I'd pay 80 divines to find the Mercenary. So far, I've either been pretty unlucky, which definitely can happen with strong boxes, for sure, or these aren't the best edition. I really thought opening this many would net me a little bit more than just a couple of autos so far. But I think I might have to get a little bit more lucky than I thought I was going to with these. But what else would you add? I really don't know. Yo, what kind of merc are you looking for? I am looking for the Zealotry Wrath Mercenary. Super broken. Also, apparently super rare. Are any of the runecraft things you can get? Do any of them have value? It's more after 217. 16.5. 16's feel dull. Um, I mean, yeah, but even when you're running containment, I just felt like I usually get more quantity in a map than I am. Like the boxes seem to drop a little bit more. But it could just be because I'm opening them so infrequently that it feels like I normally get more. Like that's just not a lot of currency there. But you are right. I mean that abyss strategy is kind of cracked, and not a whole lot compares to it. Also, I think my memory is just still stained from fresh shit. Like that strongbox strategy I came up with was fucking so insane, dude. Oh, I thought that was another Starfall. Damn. Like it was like two or three tinks a map, and the maps were like a minute long. It was just so insane. I will miss that for the rest of my PoE career. Oh shit, that was a minus res. Not really a big deal for the mobs, but potentially if the box explodes on me or does some other trap mechanic. Strengthen Wrath. Don't worry, GG is morally bankrupt enough to make us a fresh shit 2.0. I don't know if I know a bigger GGG hater than you, my friend. You're not that bad. I mean, you have to admit they did make one of the greatest RPGs of all time. ARPGs, sorry. It's got to count for something, right? Not even a hater. I feel like 50% of the shit you say is fuck GGG. Somebody told me those lost shipments dropped divines. Starting to doubt them a little bit. Claim accidental genius. Yo, I'm getting a lot of experience for this actually. Holy shit. This is kind of insane. Like a lot. Wasn't I wasn't I only like halfway to 99 when I started this? Shit, I might do this till 100. Fuck it. Will add pressure 2.0 and PoE2? Oh my god, dude, PoE2 could use it. You just need to get rid of the tower system, man. Get rid of the tower system and that game will be sick. The campaign is already cool. You know what, like what I don't understand though is it's like they want the campaign to be so good, and it is good. It is better for sure. But like just thinking about it, my favorite game as a kid growing up was Ocarina of Time. Ocarina of Time and Metal Gear Solid, I think, were my two favorite games as a kid. And I played both of them like three times max throughout my entire life. No! Dude, this happened yesterday and it fucking cooked my computer. I had to reset it. But I played them each like three times throughout my entire life, like three times. Yeah. I just said that like six times, but uh and those are my favorite games of all time. So it's like, dude, how are you gonna play that campaign over and over and over again and have it not be boring? Like it's gonna get boring. There's no way around it. Played Metal Gear Solid 3 and 5. They were all good, dude. The Metal Gear Solid franchise. Is that what you would call it? A franchise? It's so good. They were all so good. One of my favorite games of all time. I just went back for a Scarab of the Elder. Crazy. All right, we're starting to look up a little bit here. Couple of Divines, couple of Valdos. Skitterbots. Wait, hold on. Grace and Skitterbots? Hold on, this guy's crazy. Uh, maybe one day I'll use this. What can I get rid of? Zealotry. This is my old guy. I found a new one that actually is melee, so he stays up and he has vitality as well, and enduring cry and determination. So I think we can go ahead and dismiss you. Grace and Skitterbots is kind of sick. Although, does it even really matter this league? Like, if they're not strength, they're worthless, right? I'll take him anyways. You never know. I feel like it's a pretty rare one. I need to turn a lot of these cards off. Dude, the Wretched. 0% chance to hit Mage Blood at that. You use Kinetic, Strength X Ints. Does it have Wrath and Zealotry? That's all I'm really looking for. I don't really care what the Mercenary is. It's just a double 50% reservation. aura that I'm gonna use. That's really all I care about. Doesn't matter what it's on. Where's the juice? Juice, dude. We're juiced up. So far, looking for my mercenary has paid me 100 divines. Oh, I'm not on settlers. Shit. Scarab farming down bad? I gave you the regex, dude. You gotta fucking re-roll them. He just posted a video saying he's got it up to 50 div an hour as of today. All you gotta do is clear him in 6 minutes. Where are my starfalls, man? Down bad on the starfalls. All you have to do is get good. All you need is 7 mirrors and a 6 minute clear, and then you can make 50 divine an hour. Get good, dude. No, I'm kidding. You can clear him in 6 minutes with this build, especially because I think he's running a lot less termination, vitality, enduring cry. Same guy I got. These are nothing, but I felt like checking them anyways. Just got your mage blood, bro. You're in the money. That's huge. Congratulations. The build turns completely around once you get mage blood. Everything becomes rainbows and sunshine after that. Dude, I'm seeing so many Verisium, but where's my Starfall? I'm trying to collect at least 3 Svalens by the end of the hour. This is expensive right now. I kind of want to sell it. 84 divine. Min rolled everything else. Try for 84. Oops. Mm. Oh, dude, what am I doing? The maps are right here. We farm slow. Well, not anymore. Oh, job and all that? Well, I thought you worked from home. Can't you just not work and play PoE? That's what I would do if I worked from home. That's why I don't work from home. Everyone fires me. Just kidding. I never had a work from home job. But if I did, I would be the worst employee ever. Imagine having a job in that economy. That's a fact. Jobs are disgusting in this economy. Bring in universal basic income so I can play PoE all day. Let rich people take care of me. I would lose my mind if I couldn't work. When I wasn't working and I was just playing PoE all day, I got so depressed. This shit is not healthy. You got to do something. Pick up a hobby. Stand up paddleboarding or fucking something. But the problem is I just don't do the hobby. I just play PoE. And then 2 weeks later, I'm like, I'm a little fucking miserable. Why is that? I've been sitting on my ass for 2 weeks straight playing games. I need a brighter cursor. I've seen that one that some people have with the massive one. It's just like bright green and the size of Texas. I need that one. Keep losing my cursor as I take all these corners. So what's the strat? Strongbox, King's Mark, where chance has fallen, and yep, looking for a mercenary while only opening diviners, uh, and arcanists, while also taking a shot at the Svallen. And I guess if mercenaries want to ever give me any loot, plus the lost treasure as well. They're starting to pay off now. Getting a little bit better. What Merc am I looking for? I'm looking for the Wrath Zealotry one. Um, because I think those weapons that Foggun put on are probably best in slot. Increased Zealotry effect plus the AoE. That's pretty fucking insane. Very strong, very insane. I think I can ban this one. The other guy only has one encounter left. The bow is really fun, but damn too old for the visual crap. The visual crap of Wretched Defilers or your bow. Yeah, PoE 1 is definitely pretty cluttery, and this build is one of the worst offenders. It's a well, it turns out that returning projectiles. I saw Hidden Core and I got excited. Returning projectiles is actually just worse than elemental focus, but it also makes the build look way worse. I thought it was cool at one point in time, and then I started getting headaches. The wall started melting when I looked away from my computer. Thought maybe it was time to take that off. I clicked that. Yeah, and these starfalls are really rare, huh? So it's probably not the Svalin that's all that rare. It's just the starfall itself, I guess. He's chasing a unicorn fallen revenant. Yeah. Hopefully making some currency on the way. Well, definitely making some currency, but I was kind of hoping the strong boxes would be a little stronger if I was going to market this as a strategy. Although the Svalin is obviously the big jackpot, it would be cool if these strong boxes were paying a little bit better, which they're starting to now, but initially they definitely were not. You know what I haven't thought of? Can you just buy them? Like, are they sold on TFT? Like, if somebody comes across one, do they post it? Like, come buy your mercenary. That's probably a thing, right? Is Virus playable as soon as I get to maps, more or less? Not first character of the league? Yeah, I would say so. All you really need for Defilers is you need the Wraith Lord. Well, you don't even actually need that. It's just like so cheap, and you should get it because it's cheap and it makes the build much better. But you need that, and then you need the Doriani set up on your mercenary, which the shit's like dirt cheap now, isn't it? Still? Oh, six links, 70 chaos. Okay, yeah, you need that. I thought about putting the Dorianis back on my character just to run the Titanic Exiles. Because if you do it on your character, then you can do the reflected ring with double rarity and get over 100% rarity. And it's really easy to get a 400% MF character. That's how I started this character out. Or not how I started it, but it's what it eventually turned into. I was farming Titanic Exiles on it with like insane amounts of rarity. Which, depending on how my mirror craft goes in the ring, I may go back to that. Defilers are tier 17 monsters. Oh, yeah, they are. But yeah, you should have access to them pretty easily at this stage. And if you don't, you're more than welcome to come grab them from me. But yeah, I would say for like, I don't know, 5-10 divine, you can do wretched defilers pretty easily at this stage of the league. Won't be like super insane or anything, but it'll get the job done until you can farm a little bit more. I follow your build, but struggling to deal boss damage. How to fix it? What's your minus lightning res? And what boss are you trying to fight? Spell suppression. Is that good? Sure is. Wait, is it 2.4 or is it 3.4? That looks like 3.7 to me. Hell yeah. Yo, we're stacking, dude. Strategy's S tier. Would I pry a Wraith Lord in a 6-link ES chest? Yeah, I would say so. Get your Doriani set up on your Merc. That's priority number one. Get Wraith Lord. That's priority number two. 6-link is priority number three. Then from there, I would probably say a Wand. It's priority number four. Cluster Jewels are priority number five. And then for me personally, since I like to run the Risk Scarab all tier 17 mod strat, I would say Melding of the Flesh with Purity of Fire or Ice, and the Max Fire Res or Cold Res Shield, and a Fire Res or Cold Res Flask for 90 all res from there. Then I would get some minion damage and cast speed rings. Some ES boots and gloves, which actually you should have those before I said all the other things. Probably awakened minion gem if they're cheap still these days. And then I would start saving for Mage Blood. Those would be my priorities. Oh, and crit immune Watcher's Eye as well. So you can run the juicy abyss strat without dying every 3 seconds. And once I had Mage Blood, I'd start working on the +1 Spectre chest and the +2 Spectre boots. But you should be able to, for the things I said before that, you should be able to start farming tier 17s before Mage Blood with the double risk setup. But if the double risk setup is too challenging, then just run a double abyss over the double risk. It looks like on 8 mod is the way to go from the looks of it and what I've been hearing, as well as what Fugwin put out today. But if that is too challenging, you don't have to do the. This is the one I want, right? Fall and Revan, but only I want them to be good. But yeah, if the 8 mod, double risk setup, that might be a little tough. Mage blood, but there's other versions of the Abyss that still pay 30 divine an hour, give or take, that aren't as challenging. But I was running double risk Mage blood on probably a 20 divine build or so. Well, I had the +1 spectre chest actually. I got that as one of my first things. But I really don't think you need that to farm the risk Abyss. And at this stage of the league, it'd be a lot more expensive to make. I did risk scare before everything else. I think I was doing risk scare on day 2 or 3. I want to say it's in the VODs. I was doing it, and I think the current POB for what I was using is in there as well. But I finished farming my Mage Blood on double risk. T17. It's even easier now with 16.5s. I should have been doing it on 16.5s. It would have been a lot easier on me. The biggest problem I had was the Chaos monsters in tier 17 are really frequent, and they were fucking my specters up. Oh, I forgot about the amulet too. Get the amulet in there somewhere. I think it's only like 15 divine. It's not too bad. But it's a massive power spike for your minions, but also survivability spike. So you want to pick that up at some point soon as well. You're doing double rest without the chest piece and mage blood. Yeah, you definitely don't need either. You need the max res and you need the crit immunity is like the two biggest things for tier 17, I think. What is this? Oh, I forgot I had that. One div. No thanks, dude. I will sell that though. We're 45 minutes in. We are a little over actually. I kind of want to see what this is paid so far. All right, a mod, our Republic. Just exclude the maps. Did you get your crit immune from Watcher's Eye? I did, yes. Crit immune from Watcher's Eye as well as this note here. And then if your Watcher's Eye isn't rolled really well, then you can take the Mastery here for an additional 20%. But you roll crit a lot on those risk scarabs, so you definitely want that Watcher's Eye. Then the other big thing is just take a Fire Flask with increased effect. Not on the implicit there, but just like on the prefix with Purity of Fire or Ice, and then Aegis Aurora or the um, plus max fire res shield with the melding of the flesh. It'll help you a lot on the nastier tier 17 mods. Um, Wealthy Exile. I don't. This didn't turn out quite as good as I was hoping. I mean, obviously with the Svalin, it's insane, right? But very unlikely that'll happen that way for most people. Um, it's not gonna make me take off every strand map, right? Okay, good. See if there's any other bad offenders in here. Oh, these tattoos are actually pretty decent. Imagine some of these div cards are overpriced. 'Cause I feel like whenever I set threshold, it doesn't really work. But roughly around 19 divine, and then 100 divine with Svalin. Likely, probably a little bit. Oh no, it is working. Oh, the threshold is for the total, not the individual. Okay, I see. Yeah, whatever. It's probably around 18 divine or so. Dude, that's not bad for a mercenary finding strat, to be honest, especially with the jackpot of the Svalin. And then also eventually, ideally, we'll get some sort of jackpot from the diviners as well. Would be the hope. Pretty fucking good. Nice. I'm a genius. You already have Mage Blood. How much you need on top to have the build sitting company? I don't know, like 40 divines maybe. Not much. The wand is a big, maybe more than 40. The the clusters can get expensive, but you can get ones a little worse than this, obviously. Um, you can find so many elegant hubrises that are like double minion damage with the same setup, and they're not bad. Although it seems like these impossible escapes are really expensive this league. Um, then these aren't too bad to craft. You can fracture basically any one of the four mods and then just spam lightning damage or speed. They're not too bad to make like pretty decent versions of. The amulet gets expensive. The wand you can make yourself for like 10 or 15 divine. I'll say 50 divine to have like a pretty solid build, and then you can improve it from there. If you like sacrifice a little bit on your gear. If you want to make like a giga strong one, then I would say like 100 to 200 more. I wasn't paying attention to anything. Did I miss anything over here? Man, Starfall Crater's fucking super rare. Oh, I can pick up another Screaming Invitation. A 2x Apothecary from Diviners today, and it's a gamble both 0. It's rough, dude. Every time I've done that, I just don't gamble in the game anymore. Because, like, fuck, it feels so bad. Just so damn bad. I'm usually in a place where, like, if I win, I don't really care. And if I lose, it just bugs me. That's the man we want, but not the auras we want. I died again. Dude, why is it crashing me when I fucking die to a box blowing up? What is going on with this? Brutal. It crashed me so hard yesterday that I had to restart my PC, dude. And it's looking like we're there again. What is the deal with that? Man. Well, that's fucking lame, dude. Well, I don't want to end the stream again, but I'm gonna have to restart my computer. If I restart my computer, then I'm gonna get up. Well, that's a strat. I don't know. I think it's pretty good. I'll probably keep running it a little bit off stream, I guess, but I think if you're looking for a Merc, that's pretty solid. I think it's probably going to be a pretty consistent 20 divine an hour. I didn't find any good divination cards, and I would say that the tier one currency from the Arcanist seemed about right, and then you have the jackpot for the Svalin as well. I mean, in total, I made 100 in an hour, which is almost certainly not going to happen for you. But if you run a bunch of these, which you're going to have to find that Merc, then um, given enough maps, hopefully you do end up finding Svalin by the end, and a couple of high value divination cards. And I think the Arcanist will give you a pretty consistent return as well. So not a bad one. I'll probably run for a while more and make an actual video on it when I have some findings. But I guess now I'm gonna go eat some dinner and restart my computer and chill out. But do I have max block? I do not have max block. No, I don't think you really need it. I mean, it's nice if you can get it, but I feel like the points are just a little bit too tight. But you can get some more over here for like spell block. I think going down to these block nodes is it's just too many points. You can also pick these ones up. These are probably your best option, to be honest. But in general, no. I feel like I'm tanky enough. This isn't my POB, but I think I have it. Where are we at? I mean, I'm sitting at 108 max Ellie hit. Fizz max is a little not great, but it's plenty for most Fizz hits. So in general, I just don't really feel like I need the block all that much. I'd rather use the points on damage or some other things. But you can run. You can run more if you're having a problem. I am definitely more. I'll usually cap block a lot more early on when my gear's not as good. Um, I think I usually try to run pretty high block early in the league, and then as I get Mage Blood and my gear scales up, and I have these decent max hits and good damage to leech with, then I start to drop my block a little bit more. No more return projectiles on the 6 link. No, it's for one, it's obnoxious to look at. Like it'll give me headaches if I fucking play for too long. It's just so many extra projectiles, twice as many because they're returning. And then on top of that, elemental focus is actually a little bit better. So, the reason I didn't run this before is I thought they were shocking. I don't know why I just assumed that they were doing lightning damage and so they could shock, but I don't think they can shock. I tested this um, when I was looking into this gem because I think I saw somebody else playing it and they were using this and I was like, well, that's stupid. They can't shock. Well, it turns out they can't fucking shock anyways. So this is the best in slot over returning projectiles. And then obviously you want to awaken controlled construction when you can get it, just so you can unnerve a little extra damage, awaken minion. If you're not opening boxes, then you don't want unearth here. This is just open boxes. But if you're not running this, you'd probably want to link Feeding Frenzy with another Spectre gem potentially, or another aura. Yeah, gem slots are just really tight, so it's hard to fit everything. But yeah, pretty much. The build is pretty cheap. You just don't get as good at Vagacity Eyes, don't get as good at clusters. Wait to get the +2 on your boots. Just get regular ES boots. Like most of this can be built for, I'd say, a good 40 to 50 divine to have a really strong version. And then just upgrade from there slowly to have like the Giga version. Definitely go ES. Your resistances are too hard to hit with Melding of the Flesh if you have to capture Chaos Resistance too. It's just too tight. What does the +2 on the boots do? Well, it gives them +2 levels, so it's more DPS, more health. Yep, exactly. More survivability for them, and then every time you level them up, they get more damage. So, and if you roll the +3 max fire res, it helps you with your melding, but you don't have to go this route. You can also go the Aegis Aurora and open up a suffix here. Also makes these a lot easier to craft. But it's a new shield, so I wanted to use it, and so far I really like it, especially with the Arcane Surge. You definitely notice that Arcane Surge. I link it with Bone Offering, and every time I use Bone Offering, which I do basically every 6 seconds, it pops Arcane Surge on the first use, as long as you keep your Arcane Surge at a level 1. So, yep. And then just fracture something on these and craft the rest. All you can do is Harvest Roll and Exalt Slam and Pray, but they're not usually too bad to craft. Mine were pretty shitty for a long time, and I just slowly worked on them throughout the league. This is a nightmare to craft at this stage, but um, I've showed the guide for it, how you can do it. It's this right here. Oh, never mind. I can't show it. My computer's locked up. I've showed it on previous videos, though. It's not too hard to guarantee the transfer of +1 specters onto the armor that you want. But yep, that's it, boys. I was planning on shooting for a while and doing a couple hours of this at least, but if I'm going to keep crashing every time a box explodes on me, then not ideal. So, thanks for stopping in. Thanks for hanging out. Do I have any progression POBs for this build? I would say so, yeah. If you go back in all my streams, I usually post the current POB for every day that I played, as well as just like some other random POBs. So, yeah, man, just go back on my live section. I don't think I only have like 6 streams up, and they should all have a current POB that you can check out, as well as my character's name is Corrupt. We can take a look at POE Ninja builds, search for player Corrupt. Take a look at it. Day 1, day 2. Yeah, it goes through like the whole first week. Rise of the Phoenix. That's the shield I was trying to think of. Aegis of Roy is better. The problem is you don't have any armor, so like you're not really gaining a benefit out of the ES recovery on block. So I just took the life regen. The life regen is really nice since you turn off your regenerate through Ghost Reaver. Regenerate is actually really fucking nice. Like taking these nodes here, Surge of Vigor, also very nice early on, along with, you have to take Zealot's Oath with it so that it applies to your energy shield. But I've ran like a 1500 regen build. Holy shit, it was so good, dude. Like, get some regen on your stuff. It's really nice early on, especially on like the Katarina fight and stuff early on. But yeah, it can be really helpful. Yeah, it looks like everything's there. It's pretty much the progression I used. I think day 2, this is the gear I used to. No, this wasn't even it. It's day 1, I guess. This is what I used to kill Katarina. 18 hours into the league. It's fucking bare bones nothing. No, this isn't right. I had the belt with the ghastly eyes in it, but it wasn't much more than that. It's all in stream, so yeah. But anyways, all right. Looks like I gotta reset my computer. Everything's locking up. Thanks for stopping in, boys. I'll try to stream longer tomorrow. I'm sure I'll be on. Hopefully, I have my guy found by then, and I start doing the Miracraft in the ring. And I'd like to get into Titanic Exiles by the end of this weekend because I think it's gonna be fucking sick. But I don't want to release anything that I found about it until I know for sure. But should be pretty good once I get in there. I think. I hope. All right, boys. Shutting it down. Peace out.